In the world today, this sort of idea of transgression, of how one can include people, where architecture is about connecting people and not disconnecting people, is a very important one. The free space as a provocation was through the idea of soft thresholds, because we felt that for free space to be operational, to occur, the thresholds were very important, because in the way we design thresholds in buildings, they can either be hard or they can be soft. If they're hard, they exclude people. If they're soft, they include people. And so in a lot of our projects, we were tempted to create the space of soft thresholds. The rubric of soft thresholds, we chose 3 projects, and these projects were representative of different forms of patronage, but also different programs. The first project we took was a project for low-income housing, which is a government project. And what's interesting is it's low-income housing for elephant keepers. For us, what became central in this project was, one, how we could subvert productively the stipulation of the government for low-income housing, which is 300 square feet. So by adding a series and sequence of courtyards, you kind of strategically subvert that limitation. And the house from a 350 square foot house becomes a 1,500 square foot house, of which 1,050 square feet is open to sky spaces, but in our climate, that's very helpful. People cook there, they sleep there. So suddenly the poor are in mansions. The second project we've displayed here is the KMC corporate office, it's an infrastructure company, and their aspiration in this globalizing world was, we'd love a curtain glazed project. And so we gave them a curtain wall project, but the wall was made out of plants. So it's a 5-floor high garden with a misting system that cools the building. It sends out the message of an ecological kind of message, and it keeps the building cool in a low-cost kind of way. The third project we've displayed here is a very recent project for a library for Sept University, which is an architecture and planning school. It was where I also studied, so an extremely difficult project. And here it was about an intervention, a contemporary intervention in a modernist heritage context. In this case, designed by Doshi. This is the first non-Doshi building, so it was overpowering in some levels to even engage with the design of this. And here I think for us it was in reverence and deferment to the architecture of the campus, we decided, even though our program required 6 stories, not to go above the buildings by Doshi, but to stay below them in respect. And that forced us, in a sense, to go 3 floors underground. And so the challenge was, how do you build a 3 stories underground, take light in, take air in, create an environment? Theme was soft thresholds. We wanted to metaphorically, physically, literally, actually conclude and convey that message. And so we've used fabric on which things are printed. So there's always a transparency, there's a play of light. You're always aware of what's around you. And within the configuration of the 3 projects, we've tried to simulate, in terms of scale, the primary component of the project.